Hey Joe Lynn, how you doing? These are looking fantastic. We're going to keep that forever text color. Okay, let's talk about that first. Okay, since that's what you brought up in your writing to forever. I agree. I think that the typography is interesting because you've added this script typeface, and that's an interesting choice. I think it's a good choice. I do. I think it adds a lot of typographic variety. I agree. It's not working on all four. So we definitely are having some a little bit of readability problems there. A little bit of it's okay, but it's got low contrast, so it's not immediately visible. This one has some readability issues, and this one also. So I think that's a great idea. Execution-wise, I don't think it's quite there yet. Not real sure exactly. Just keep experimenting. You might have to try to find some sort of a different color. Now, you can use different colors for the type. The type should remain identical in all four all four examples in the series, but you can change the color. So think about that. Okay. Not real sure if I would use a serif typeface here. I think that it's a very casual technique, and I think this loans a bit of tradition to it, a bit of classicism. For that reason, I would recommend a sans serif typeface. I think will provide a little bit more harmony in terms of the style, the style of the illustrations in conjunction with the typeface chosen. So I would recommend a sans serif. Okay, illustrations themselves, good job with the clipping mask. These look great. Good. You get complete command of using the template and the associated clipping masks. So that's fantastic. Each stamp in the series seems to be very consistent in the spatial relationships it has with the picture plane itself, so that's fantastic. So in other words, these are very solid as a series. This one might be a little bit high in the composition. As we see, the top of the head is much closer to the type than in the other example. So I would use that as your baseline. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Right about the middle of the fourth perf is where the eyes are. So we have 1, 2, 3. So that's good right there. You have 1, 2, 3. See, that one's just a little bit high in the composition. Then over here we have 1, 2, 3. This one could be a little bit high in the composition too. That's not too bad though. Not too bad. Pretty relatively good consistency there. Okay, now this looks great. I mean, the groundwork, the legwork, the foundational setup is fantastic. Your hard lines are beautiful in all four. Definitely. So I think there's a couple of areas we want to talk about in terms of developing a little bit more solid style in the depiction of the highlights and shadows. So here we've got some missing eyelashes over here. Take some liberties there. Take some artistic liberties and go ahead and fit that in. And right now, it looks like a mistake because there's only 2 eyelashes over there. So I would definitely recommend that you fill those eyelashes in. And go ahead and use eyelashes for all 4 of the examples. Now this doesn't look like, so this technique for the eyelashes is you're not using brushes. It looks like you've used the pen tool, which is okay, but I want you to take a look at this technique right here for eyelashes. It's fantastic. It's going to teach you how to use a profile with a stroke. And that's a great technique to learn. So I recommend trying that for your eyelashes. Now, of course, the eyelashes on the men won't be as well defined as they are on the women. Presumably, women are wearing some sort of eye makeup. So let's go ahead and zoom in here a little bit more. These areas right here, I think, could show a little bit of shadow and highlight. So a great example is taking a look at this. Just kind of see how shadow and highlight was developed here using this variable weight stroke, as well as these other lighter colors and lighter hues and values to associate with some of these shadow areas. So I think that we could use that definitely here. And also the other thing is this line right here, I don't think we need that. This line right here seems to be misplaced. Not even sure if we need that one, but I do think that a well-placed shadow on the neck area goes a long way. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. This is a relatively flat avatar completely, right? But look at the dimension and the volume created by that simple placement of that shadow. Think about that. there, here. Here you've kind of developed that shadow, but I think there's just too many converging lines down here. So you definitely want to watch that. So you, instead of creating these lines, try to create shapes and not lines. And again, here's your baseline to look at. Here's another great tutorial to look at right here. That's a great depiction. And over here, you can actually see how those were actually drawn in. So definitely look at those and see how you can maybe improve the depiction of the shadows and highlights associated with some of the facial characteristics. Okay, other than that, just a little fine-tuning, and I think you're good to go. So those are my comments. If you have any questions, please let me know. But this is just an outstanding start. So I just can't wait to see this one in its completed stage. So, all right, like I said, any questions at all, please let me know. If you feel like submitting before your final, I'll be glad to provide additional comments. So, all right, thank you very much.